Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be telling you guys about 20 things you need to know before you end up purchasing the Vulcar Nebula Turbo in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I'll tell you guys that this is one of the most wild cars we're going to cover from this update. There is an insane amount of really cool things about this vehicle. Let's begin with what it looks like on the website. For this, we have to go to the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site, where it's available for $797,000. Actually pretty pricey for a sports classic car like this. It's a two-seater as well. Now, don't get disappointed on the website it's on or its price or the fact that it's a sports classic. I'm telling you guys, this car has some crazy customization and a whole bunch of other fun features as well. Now, if you're wondering what this vehicle is most closely related to, I actually kind of had a hard time figuring it out. But we know that Vulcar is supposed to be a representation of Volvo. So I'm assuming it's a late 1970s two-door Volvo. Now, whatever two-door 1970s Volvo version you want to come up with, you can. But that's what it most closely resembles. Now, we don't have a ton of Vulcar cars in the game. So right off the bat, this is a little bit more rare than usual. But now let's take a listen to the engine sound, and we'll also get a look at the interior too. So I actually kind of like these retro 1970s, 1980s interiors, and the Vulcar Nebula Turbo has a pretty cool one as well. Let's bring this into the Los Santos Custom Shop, where you will be very surprised. It has 23 options of customization. That is awesome. Something you love to see on vehicles like this. Let's begin with bumpers. And there's actually quite a few that we can change here, which is quite nice. So some of the options are pretty simple, like adding race fogs and rally fogs. Others are not so simple, like adding an entire sticker bomb panel to the lower part of the bumper and completely removing the bumper itself. So again, lots of great options there. And then as far as the rear bumper goes, there's not as many. In fact, you can only change it to the stock or primary option. So that's it as far as bumpers go. Exhaust, you've got a couple of options, including an Epic Bean Can, which I thought was a unique name for an exhaust. That's the one that I ended up deciding on at the very end. From there, you've got fender options where you can only choose between normal and sticker bomb. Interesting choice right there. The grille, you can do some interesting things as well, like adding some fog lights and also some light covers, and removing sort of the lights and logos from the grille. Also, you can also do a ton of interesting things with the hood option here, including adding a rusty option, a sticker bomb option, but also like the final four that expose like the turbos. And look at the last two names, because drift car, and then no words needed, ... Like it just completely removes the hood, and look how beautiful that engine looks with those turbochargers right there. So you can really make this car look simple and classy and timeless, or you can make it look like a insane rally drifting car, which in my opinion looks kind of awesome. Now from there, we need to move on to liveries, and there's a handful of good ones. The first is the 70s called, which definitely does look like it comes straight out of the 70s. You've sort of got this like retro sort of orange and brown design with turbo written on the sunscreen and the bottom of the door sill right there. Overall, I really like this one. It's simple, and I'm a big fan of the simple liveries. After that, it's Nordic Racer, which puts this like yellow stripe down the front and back of the car, and then one on the door sill in sort of a geometric fashion. And you've got a bunch of sponsorships on there too. I can't say I love all the sponsorships, but either way, that's Nordic Racer. After that, it's Geometric Camo. I can't really say I like this either. This looks like something I would put on a gun running vehicle. Can't say I like that all that much. Razzle Dazzle is up next, kind of in the same boat here. Just looks like something you would see on someone's Oppressor Mark II. So I don't really love that. The following one is Roadkill, and it looks like it came straight out of a horror movie. It literally looks like you've just run over like a herd of people on the road. It looks crazy, and it's got sort of this rusty design in the back. So if that's what you're going for, there you go. Following that, it's Keep It Real, and I actually like this one. It's this sort of like a graffiti-esque livery. Now, I probably had like the wrong color on here. I think like a bright purple or something might make this look a whole lot better. But Keeping It Real does look kind of fun with all the sort of graffiti designs on there. Rusty Shark is the next one, which looks like it honestly should be on the side of a fighter plane, but also that it's been in a junkyard for the last 10 years. So I don't know how I feel about this one. I think it's okay. That's Rusty Shark. You've got Hawaiian Snow Rally after that, which I kind of like. I like the Hawaiian Snow Rally, but then there's these random sponsorships that just seem to be scattered about in, unique spots on the car, which I can't say I'm a huge fan of. So I don't know. I'm torn on this one. I like the design. I like the Hawaiian snow, but I can't really tell what else to think. The next one, Steampunk, is very interesting. It literally makes the entire car look like the internals of a clock, which, again, I don't really know what to think. I can't say I'm a huge fan of this one. And the final one is Oodles of Doodles, which, in my opinion, is like a worse version of the Keeping It Real one that we looked at earlier. So I can't really say I like this one either. I think my favorite liveries of the bunch are Keeping It Real and the 70s Called. I think I ended up going with the 70s Called for this first design. After that, we have a choice to upgrade the louvers on the vehicle. You have primary and black. I went with black just because. I really don't know why. You can also change the color of the mudguards to the secondary color if you want as well. I kept them black too. Now after that, we have to deal with our primary and our secondary colors. The primary color is going to change the entire body of the vehicle minus the roof. And then the secondary color is going to change the roof color and a little bit of the bumper. That's how the colors of this car work. Nothing on the interior can be changed. After that, you can choose to add a roll cage if you want. I opted against this because I was going for sort of a cleaner look. But again, if you want to add that, you can. From there, you have a bunch of fun roof options like weekend vacation, alpine rack, stack of crap, junk trunk, where you can add a ton of stuff to the top of this car. You've also got some fun spoiler options too, and believe it or not, check out these first couple right here. Sticker Bomb Trunk actually gives you a traction bonus. Look at that. So even though there's no spoiler added at all, you still get a traction bonus. And then, of course, there are traditional spoilers that you can put on the car that, of course, will give you the same traction bonus as well. Now, by far, the most interesting thing about this vehicle comes in the suspension option. Now, I don't know much about cars like this, but I'm pretty sure it's called cambering or stancing the vehicle. Well, if you lower the suspension, you'll look what happens to the tires. They sort of start inverting towards the car. So stock suspension is obviously stock. Lowered is just going to lower the car by a significant amount. And then once you reach street suspension, sport, and competition, the wheels start like cambering more and more and more, where they start inverting towards the vehicle. I think that is kind of interesting. So to my knowledge, I believe this is the only vehicle in the game in which this actually happens, which is really cool. Typically, the suspension on a vehicle like this will obviously just make the car lower to the ground, but in this, it's not the case, making it a unique aspect of the vehicle. Now, after that, we need to talk about those custom wheels, since we're on the subject. Those wheels are completely custom, by the way. They have a really cool Vulcar Racing text on there. Now, they can be changed with the iFruit app if you want. However, be careful making them really dark because then you'll cover up the color of the font. But those are custom rims. They are really cool and can be changed via the iFruit app. Now that we've got it outside of the Los Santos custom shop, let's open up all of the doors. You can see that the trunk opens, the hood opens, and obviously the driver and passenger side doors. Let's take a look at those headlights too. Unfortunately, the extra headlights on this car don't work. That's kind of disappointing. I don't know why, because at least in my case, I've got 4 extra headlights on the front, but none of them seem to work. And the bright lights just only get brighter when you activate them. There's no extra set of headlights. And if you were to apply any of those other headlight cover options in the LSC, your headlights would just simply not work. Now, how does this vehicle handle out in the road? I'll tell you guys, this car is wild. So I'm pretty sure that Rockstar added this into the game to be like one of the ultimate drifting cars that you could just take around fun little circuits and just go crazy with, because it is incredibly difficult to control. Even with everything upgraded and a spoiler on this car, I found myself having a very difficult time controlling this vehicle. Now, it's in the Sports Classic category, so it is going to be going up against the Infernus Classic and the Turismo Classic and races. So I don't think this is a vehicle that you're going to be buying if you'd like to say, I'd want to win every single Sports Classic race. But it is a ton of fun. Like, I was just swerving around corners, and it didn't matter if I was crashing or whatnot. I mean, it was just a blast to drift and twist and turn this vehicle, and I think that's what Rockstar intended it for. To be a really fun, like, drifting car that I think is incredible. But anyways, that right there is 20 things you need to know about the Vulcar Nebula Turbo in Grand Theft Auto Online before you end up buying it. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on this vehicle? When it is added in day 1 to online, are you going to be buying it, or are you going to be staying away from it? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And remember to subscribe if you guys are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA 5 casino news, info, videos, and more. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.